everybody, my name is Ilse and this is hobbykr, the channel where I post videos about anime culture and events, mostly in South Korea. Today is week 3? Yes, week 3 of my weekly anime review. So basically I'm watching 5 shows from the winter 2020 season and I talk about the episodes every week. I decided to move these to Wednesday because I usually upload videos on a Sunday and I thought that posting on Friday and Sunday was too close, so I decided to do it on Wednesday. So to start off this week, I'm going to start with what I'm most excited about. Bang Dream episodes 4 and 5. They were a dream. In episode 4, we finally see how Rocca joins ALISA Sweden and we see them film their MV, which the final product was so good. I really like most of the Bang Dream music videos. My personal favorite is Luminous Once More by Paspare, but I really thought that Exposed Burnout was really amazing. The visuals were just really good, and overall I like how the dynamic of the band is transforming and kind of people seem to be getting a little bit closer. But really the gem of the 2 episodes for me was Popipa making their own music video, and the outcome was just so nice and it kind of like represented everything I love about Bang Dream in just the level of wholesomeness, and seeing them all come together and everyone participate in the music video. And although it wasn't fancy like ALISA Sweden's one, it was still so nice and it was from the heart. And I just thought it made me cry. I mean, I cry with this anime literally every episode, but it made me cry. It was just super nice. And one of the things, I mean, I know it's the plot and I know it's like the main point of tension in this story, but I don't like the sense of competition that ALISA Sweden has brought to the series. And just seeing Popipa's music video, it was just like reminding us that we're just doing this, well, they're just doing this for the music, for the fun, for the friendship, and it was just beautiful. I loved it, and I can't wait for next episode when we're gonna see Roselia versus ALISA Sweden. That's gonna be very exciting as well. Reminder that I have my notes over here, so if I look in weird places, it's probably because I'm reading it. The next anime I'm going to be talking about is 22/7. Thankfully, someone in the comments wrote a really long and thoughtful comment, and she told me that I can say the name Nananiji. So that's way easier. I'll be referring to it as Nananiji. So this week was interesting. I thought that the animation definitely stepped up, way better than the first episode, but I'm still unconvinced. So I think that the anime has a lot of potential to be very dark and really kind of use the idea of the wall giving orders and the leaders of this organization kind of following it blindly. And I feel like there could be a fun dynamic in which the girls, simultaneously while being a part of the idol group, they also try to find out the reality of the wall. Obviously this is only episode 2, so I'm not sure what the angle is going to be, but so far from the explanations that have been going on in this episode, it kind of seems like they're just gonna keep saying, oh, the orders of the wall are absolute, and they're kind of not going to be questioning it, which is a shame. Another thing that I don't like is that it seems like the penalty or the consequence for not following the wall's orders is just that the group will not come to fruition, or I guess they won't debut or something. But I think that the anime hasn't successfully proven to us that any of these girls particularly care about being in the group. So if the highest stake is not being a part of the group itself, who cares? Like, it's not that these girls are dying to be in the group. So to me, it kind of eliminates the sense of tension, because if that's all that's at stake, then whatever, just don't be in the group. And I think this is one of the places where kind of like the potential of the wall is going to waste, because I think that there could be way higher stakes. So since the anime started with a very gloomy and dark kind of atmosphere and characters, I'm hoping that maybe it's going to take a dark turn, but it seems that from next episode on, it's more going to take a lighter turn. So I'm gonna keep watching. I'm still intrigued, but I feel like the potential is not being used in the fullest. The next anime I'm going to talk about, and one of the ones I'm most excited for this week, is Eid, Invaded, ID, whatever. This week was incredible. This is gonna be one of the best animes of the year. I'm already calling it. Just for this week alone, I really thought that this episode made it clear that this is a contender for being one of the best anime of the year, one of the best anime of the season. It was amazing. If you're not watching Eid, please start. It's so worth it. I'm really enjoying it. And the character design is really growing on me now. So this episode we had a very different well. Basically, it was on fire and buildings were like stacking on top of each other and Sakaido just kept dying and dying and dying. And it was just, I thought the animation while they were in the well was really well executed, and just the dark atmosphere was really well done, and some of the explosions actually caught me off guard and they actually scared me, and it really felt high stakes to me. So I really enjoyed how that was executed, and I thought the pacing was excellent. The only thing that kind of drew me out of the immersion was the Like a Samurai song that they chose to play in one of the key scenes. I didn't think that that was necessary, and I would have preferred a more dramatic choice of song, but I understand that it kind of made it look badass and action movie-y. But overall, the whole sequence in the well this episode was gorgeous. I really enjoyed it. So this episode we also confirmed that Niri Hisago is actually a serial killer himself. We don't know yet. I don't know if they were referring to him as a serial killer just because he has killed various other serial killers while in the facility, or if he has actually killed people in real life. But we have confirmed that. But it seems that like his crimes haven't been bad enough or consequential enough for his coworkers to hate him, because it's obvious there's still a lot of tension, there's still people that kind of want to root for him, and I really like this dynamic where it's obvious that they're not really supposed to like him, but they're all rooting for him because at the end of the day, he is kind of the one that's making their jobs successful. I also really liked the perforator this episode. I thought it was funny that he could see the irony of him not being able to survive in the well. I liked how he referred to Niri Hisago as senpai. I thought that was really funny. And you know, it's really a testament for good writing when you start liking a villain so close to the start of the show, especially because we haven't really been able to see much of the perforator himself, but like literally the 2 minutes that he was on this episode were enough for me to be like, you know what, I actually kind of like him as a character. I don't know if this is like taking it too far, but I'm pretty sure the actual guy who's been burying the people is the guy in the news, just because I thought that when they were talking about the killer in the news, they did a super, I felt, intentional zoom into one of the anchors. So I'm curious to see if that's gonna play a part later, or if they're gonna come back to this specific serial killer, but that's my conspiracy theory for the week. The plot twist was so good. I really didn't expect the girl to actually be dead. It really pulled at my heartstrings. I was kind of, you know, playing up this atmosphere of, oh, you know, Sakaido managed to solve the case and they're gonna find the girl and everything is gonna be fine, and then she's dead. I thought this was great, very well executed. It really kind of like killed the happy mood or the hopeful mood. And it's really just giving me everything I was expecting in terms of darkness and serious themes. And you have to watch this anime if you're not already. It's only in episode 4, so get to it. Next is Darwin's Game. This episode was like, meh. Animation is still pretty bad. The game started, so the scavenger hunt, and it turns out the main character is stuck in the building, and then he meets another one of the main characters. So far, super lackluster. Again, same as last week. I really have nothing to say. I think that they really wanted it to be kind of a plot twist, like, oh, he's trapped in the building and now, oh, how is he going to find his way out? But I really feel like it's not landing. It really made me think of Trig Tower in Hunter x Hunter, or the arc in Yu Yu Hakusho when Kurama and Hiei, I don't remember who else, are trapped in the house. The way that Togashi exposes kind of like the plot twists and the tricks and the twists and the turns has always been really effective. You really don't see it coming. And In this episode, I really did think that we were meant to be like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna kill the plants? Turns out that the killer is watching them through the cameras, but it didn't really matter. So far, I mean, I'm watching it and it's entertaining, but it's really nothing special so far, and I'm not expecting it to get better. I'm still gonna keep watching it and see how the story progresses, but meh, I really have nothing to say about it again. The only thing that I did think was remotely interesting is that now we see that this is kind of like a Hunger Games situation, and there's actually spectators and people kind of like wishing to see who's gonna win. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a gambling situation, but at the end of the day, the plot twist wasn't really that interesting. Like, okay, it's a Hunger Games kind of thing. Yeah, so what? Finally, the last anime I'm gonna be talking about is Pet. Honestly, this episode I have mixed feelings. Number one, the animation was horrible. Like, actually, you know when you achieve that level of animation where you can't distinguish which character is which because the faces are just so distorted? I felt that this episode was like that, so unfortunately the animation was really bad. I couldn't quite follow the plot, honestly. The counts of the cousins and the Mandarin was really distracting. I don't speak Mandarin, but I'm pretty sure the accents were really thick. And overall, I didn't quite understand the story. I went on Reddit and like other forums to see if other people were kind of understanding what had happened, and it seems general consensus is just that the story is being quite confusing at this point. I did like kind of the insight into that obviously Hiroki is very hung up and dependent on Tsukasa, and it seems like Tsukasa is in fact evil, or at least different from what he is showing Hiroki, and it's unclear whether or not he actually cares about Hiroki or if he's just using him. I know in my first video for the review I said that I wanted them to fight in the end, but actually now I don't want them to fight, but it seems like that's where it's going. So it's interesting. I didn't really care for today's episode just because it was so displeasing to the eye and I couldn't quite follow the story, but I will keep watching it because I'm interested to see where the Hiroki Tsukasa dynamic is going to go. Thank you so much for watching this week's review. If you are watching any of this anime or any other series this season, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I will be back on Sunday with a new video, and until next time, goodbye.